Okay, that was the second round of discussion. You know, council rules indicate that we only have 2 rounds of discussion at the council level. Ms. Wille, you mentioned something earlier, so I'll give you, are you gonna?
Just quickly.
Okay, so just.
Mr. Chair, I object. If we give it to one, we got to give it to all.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
We can't, that's what will happen, and it won't be fair if we don't do that, and our council rules state this, and I don't think we should be doing this right now.
Yeah, and I'm afraid that it'll keep on going until we get to 10 rounds or something.
Yeah.
You know, there comes a time that we got to start following our council rules. I know there's some, and we went a long time already. This is an appointment. We can either be for it or against it. We stated this is not a debate on council and it's not a bill that we're debating. We're handling this, to me, differently than we have handled other appointments. And I don't know why, but it's...
On that point, I'd like to respond. On that specific point.
On the point of whether we allow another round? Go ahead, Ms. Wille.
This should have gone to committee. There was plenty of time between the time that these people were put in as designees, and it could have. I don't know what date it got to the council. This is skipped over. So we didn't have our conversation level where we have whatever amount of time. So in terms of the rules, we skipped what would be the appropriate rule. So I'm saying, let's compromise, allow for a little, we've had 2 rounds, and not get into an argument which is the rule or what is the right way to follow the rule.
Okay, well, in all fairness, when this happened in the past, and, we had some objections as to whether we relax our rules, sometimes we just take it to vote. Maybe that's the easiest way. So, because technically we're supposed to, Mr. Kern?
I call for the question.
Then
Point of order. I don't believe he can call for the question until after everybody's had their rounds of discussion, and there are people still wanting to talk.
Point of order, the discussion is POW per our council rules. There's nobody else that hasn't had 2 rounds that wants to talk, so I feel that I'd be valid in calling for the question.
Well, let's get the parliamentary procedure correct. So let's take a brief recess. Thank you. Recess. Ready? We're going to call the meeting back to order. Okay, I checked with our staff in terms of parliamentary procedure. The question can occur at any time, and so long as there's a second, then we would vote on that. That's not debatable. I know Ms. Ford's going to look up the rules as far as who can speak last, as I recall. Ms. Ford, I know you're looking at that. So, Mr. Kern, you made the call for the question, but there wasn't a second. So unless I hear a second, then we're going to deem that.
Second.
Okay, there's a second by Ms. Poindexter.
We're not going to look at the rule.
No, Ms. Ford, you need time to look.
Yes.
Okay. Why don't we?
If I remember correctly, last time it was that the maker of the introducer of the bill, it's their bill, they have the last opportunity to speak even after the call of the question. Exactly. So I don't believe that would be relevant in this case.
Okay. Ms. Ford, how much time do you need? You want to take recess? Or?
I'm sure he would designate me.
Okay. Rather than waste airtime, because it does cost. Mr. Onishi, what did you?
I just want to say that, because I waived it from my committee, right, and to full council because of the time. Okay, well,
we cannot debate, though, because there's a call for the question, so.
Okay.
Sorry, I mean, okay. So I'm going to call recess.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to call the meeting back to order.
Anyway.
Okay, so we checked the rules, and Ms. Ford, did you want to address it any further as far as the call for the question?
This is,
Okay.
ending the debate
Okay.
ahead of time, so whatever.
Understood. Okay, so there's been a call for the question and a second, and that's not debatable, so this would need 6 votes to pass on the issue of call for the question. So that's what we're voting on now. Any questions as to what we're voting on now, council members?
Unless you all want to designate me for,
Okay, so we're voting on the call for the question. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Clerk.
Ms. Eoff,
Aye.
Ms. Ford,
No.
Mr. Ilagan,
Aye.
Mr. Kanuha,
No.
Mr. Kern,
Aye.
Mr. Onishi,
No.
Ms. Poindexter,
Aye.
Ms. Wille,
no,
Chair Yoshimoto.
Aye.
Chair Yoshimoto, you have 5 ayes.
Okay, so motion fails because we needed 6 votes. So we're back to where we were, which is we had completed the second round of discussions, although I don't believe everyone has participated 2 times. So there's a request from Ms. Wille to, oh no, Mr. Onishi, go ahead. I'm sorry, Mr. Onishi, go
I
ahead.
had only one time. Yeah. I just want to tell or ask council members that if they're going to make comments again, to make comments of something different and don't repeat what you guys just said in your last 2 turns, because we already heard that. So bring in new evidence or a new argument of why or you should or you shouldn't. Okay, and I just want to just leave it at that. Thank you.
Okay, and that's a point well taken. When you look at Robert's rules, I mean, the emphasis is to have debate, but not be, repetitive, and so, that's a good point. That should occur for every single thing that we discuss. So anyway, in light of the fact that Ms. Wille is asking for further latitude, and Mr. Onishi indicated that it did get waived from committee, my suggestion is we just entertain one more final round and then we're done, because I think we have talked about this at length, everyone except me, actually. So, Ms. Wille, that's my
Yep.
ruling. We're going to go one more round and that's it. So you want
Yeah,
to take
I'm
your
good.
third opportunity
Yes,
now?
I am.
Final?
And I'm
Just
going to
one-
make it quick.
One quick point of order. I object. We should be following our rules.
Okay, noted.
Okay. I want to just bring up what Lincoln said. Is it